What's your most painful example of, I did everything I could, but it still wasn't enough? I was there when my daughter took her first breath. I cut the cord. I held her before anyone else. For 5 years, I was her dad in every way that mattered. Then a blood test took it all away. I met Veronica at a job orientation for this tech startup. She laughed at my stupid jokes about the free coffee being the only reason we showed up. Most people just smiled politely, but she actually got my humor. We grabbed lunch after, then dinner the next week. A year later, we got married at this small place by the beach. When she told me she was pregnant, I cried. Like actually cried. We weren't planning it, but we were happy. I went to every ultrasound appointment, painted the nursery yellow because we wanted to be surprised, read parenting books at night while Veronica fell asleep on my shoulder. The delivery was rough. 16 hours of labor. I held her hand the whole time and she nearly broke my fingers. When Jamie finally came out, the nurse handed her to me first. She had this tiny, perfect face and she grabbed my finger with her whole hand. I was done. This was my kid. I did everything. Changed diapers at 3 in the morning. Learned to make bottles with one hand while holding her with the other. When she was 2 and got sick, I took a week off work to stay home with her. Took her to her first day of kindergarten and cried in my car after drop-off like an idiot. We had this thing where every Saturday was pancake morning. I'd let her crack the eggs and she'd get shell everywhere, but I didn't care. She called me daddy and told me I made the best chocolate chip pancakes in the world. I even got her name tattooed on my arm for her 4th birthday. Last summer, she fell off the monkey bars at school. Broke her arm pretty bad. I rushed to the hospital and stayed with her through everything. She was so brave. Didn't cry until they had to set the bone. That's when the nurse said something weird. She was looking at some chart and mentioned Jamie's blood type didn't match what they had on file. Said it was probably a clerical error, but wanted to double check with me and Veronica. I'm O positive. Veronica's A positive. Jamie's AB negative. The nurse said it wasn't possible. I told her she was wrong. Had to be a mistake in the system. But she kept talking about how blood types work and it stuck in my head like a splinter. 2 weeks later, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I ordered one of those paternity tests online. The ones that come in a plain box. I felt disgusting doing it. Like I was betraying Jamie, but I had to know. Results came back 8 days later. I opened them in my car during lunch break. Probability of paternity, 0%. I sat there for an hour. Didn't go back to work. Just sat there. That night I asked Veronica straight up. At first she said I was crazy. Then she got quiet. Then she started crying. She told me about this guy Ryan from her old job. They'd hooked up a few times before we met. Apparently once after we started dating. She said she didn't know for sure who the father was, but suspected it might be him. Said Ryan told her he'd disappear if she ever told anyone he might be the dad. So she just hoped it was mine and never said anything. I didn't yell. I just felt empty. But here's the thing. I didn't care about the DNA. Jamie was my daughter. I raised her. I was her dad. Biology didn't change that. Then Ryan showed up. Veronica must have told him or he found out somehow. 2 months after I found out, his lawyer sent papers. He was suing for custody. Said he had rights as the biological father. Wanted joint custody to start. Maybe full custody later. I got my own lawyer. Cost me 12 grand I didn't have. We fought hard. I had 5 years of being her dad. Photos, videos, school records with my name on emergency contacts. Her teacher wrote a letter saying I was the only father figure she'd ever known. My mom testified. My friends testified. But the court didn't care. The judge said biology matters. I wasn't on the birth certificate. Never formally adopted her because I thought she was mine. That meant I had no legal rights. 0. They gave primary custody to Veronica. Gave Ryan supervised visitation every other weekend to start. Said they'd increase it over time. And me? I got nothing. Not even visitation. The judge said I was a great father figure, but I wasn't her legal guardian. She actually used the word figure like I was just some guy who hung around. My lawyer appealed. We lost. I tried going through family court a different way. Lost again. Spent another $8,000. Didn't matter. Last time I saw Jamie was 4 months ago. Veronica let me say goodbye before the court order kicked in.